You probably heard the biblical statement that of wars and rumors of wars. That statement can be found in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 24, verse 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. At present, the rumor of war has never been more pronounced. Well, I guess at the beginning of the saber rattling and during the Nazi regime in Germany, starting of World War II, perhaps, and then starting of World War I with the Black September killing of King Ferdinand. Those rumors could have been, but we're looking at now two major world powers rattling sabers. One is Russia and Vladimir Putin, who in 2014, 8 years ago now, annexed Crimea on the Black Sea. Just went in there, took it. And Crimea is at the foot end of Ukraine. Now he has placed some estimating as much as 150,000 troops on the eastern border of Ukraine, poised to go into battle. I don't think he would bring that many troops and tanks unless he was planning on invading the Ukraine. But right now it's just a rumor. But I got a report from one of the local news channels that can give you the graphics of it, and I'm going to let the engineer run that for you, and then I'll come back with my closing commentary.
Russia is reportedly amassing large consignments of troops and equipment close to the border of Ukraine. President Putin even took a trip to the annexed region to declare that Crimea will forever be a part of Russia. Russia's actions have alarmed the West, especially America, which has been trying to westernize Ukraine. So is Putin preparing for a new incursion into Ukraine, or will Ukraine just end up as a pawn at the center of power politics? Here's a report.
Russia is celebrating National Unity Day, and President Vladimir Putin chose to make a political point. He took a trip to Crimea, a region in Ukraine that Russia annexed almost a decade ago. He laid flowers at the Eternal Flame near a newly established memorial in the heart of Sevastopol, the capital of annexed Russia. Putin said that Crimea will forever be a part of Russia.
Russia has found its historical unity, an alive, unbroken link again. You especially feel it here in Sevastopol in Crimea. They are with Russia forever because it is the sovereign, free and determined will of all our people.
Russia invaded Crimea in 2014. Since then, the Kremlin insists Crimea is an integral part of Russian territory. Moscow has been working relentlessly to keep the peninsula in control. It has implemented policies of forced assimilation, tried to transform the demography, and guards the Ukrainian border with heavy military deployment. Some 300 kilometers to the northeast of the Ukrainian border lies the town of Yelnya in western Russia. It reportedly houses a Russian military training ground. On the 1st of November, an American space tech company released some high-resolution satellite images of this area. They show around 1,000 military vehicles, troop tents, battle tanks, and self-propelled guns, all of this stationed at the Russian town of Yelnya. Reports say Russia is moving more military equipment here. Interestingly, Ukraine calls it a regular practice. The Defense Minister of Ukraine says that Russia has forever maintained its military presence along the border.
After the Russian command and personnel drills were over, units and divisions of 41st Army remained in the European part of Russia, next to the town of Yelnya in Smolensk region at a distance of about 260 kilometers from the Ukrainian state border. It should be noted that the Russian Federation periodically resorts to the practice of transferring and accumulating military units in order to maintain tensions in the region and political pressure on neighboring states.
I think everybody get the idea, and most people in the know, like the people that listen to the Manning Report are always in the know what's happening. Here's my issue, the reason wars and rumors of wars. Here's what the problem is with this. I think Russia's going to invade the Ukraine, or the Ukrainians are just going to submit to Russia. or they're going to pull a Crimea type of tactic that they did in taking the beautiful space of Crimea, as you just saw in that report. The problem is that Joe Biden is no match for Vladimir Putin. Putin didn't know what to do with Donald Trump. He had no idea how to handle him. He didn't know. And with Barack Hussein, the long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, Putin's position was just stay away from America till he's gone. Because the one thing that the Russians, Putin did not want to appear to be was a racist. And any aggression towards Obama or ill statements toward, now, remember George Bush, number 2, said that he looked into Putin's eyes and saw his soul. Well, that was a lie. But so over the last, from Bush, who tried to sweet talk Putin hadn't really gotten into his short of power structure after Boris Yeltsin and Gorbachev. So therefore, Putin was not as aggressive as he is now when Bush was president. Here comes Obama. And what Putin just gave America a pass. The reason being, he didn't want to seem like a racist. You know how everybody in the world is all, bending over backwards, for black people. Well, Obama ain't black, but that's where Putin was with him. He didn't want to, so he gave Obama a pass. But with Donald Trump, he didn't know what to do with Trump. I think he thought Trump was crazy. But this boy, Joe Biden, listen, Vladimir Putin gonna run over Joe Biden like a Mack truck over a skateboard. I can tell you that right now. And we may find ourselves in a war in the next couple of months, which could be a catastrophe if it happens. Because we're in the middle of the pandemic, we're in the middle of inflation, economic surge, we don't know where things are going from here with the new variants. A war in the East would be absolutely, would upset the entire world. It would stop the oil supplies. It would just bring hell on wheels. And we're going to probably find ourselves there. But the other problem is that Xi Jinping, who now is the most powerful man in the world, not Biden, and not that Biden, the president of the United States does not hold the most powerful office on the planet anymore. It's in Beijing, my brother. Whether you know it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, listen, China has actually done what Mao Zedong talked about years ago in the Great Leap Forward, but it failed with him. It didn't work. China is the most powerful. China is allegedly, according to the economists, the world banking system is the second largest economy on the planet. That's a lie. China is the largest structured economy on the planet. Listen, I've been to China twice. I'm going to talk to Xi Jinping about my coming to China and helping to build a local economy when I did go there with my students and teachers. But I've been to China twice. In a 10-year period, the innovations, the highway structures, the bridges, the buildings. When I first went to China, everybody was on bicycles. Elizabeth and I rode around in a rickshaw. Then I went back to China 10 years later, everybody driving Mercedes-Benz. Everybody. You had high-end jewelry stores, high-end clothing stores. Starbucks was everywhere. The first time I went to China, it was, the place was poor as Job's turkey. That's Elizabeth and I. Everybody's on bicycles. Not anymore. Everybody's in Mercedes-Benz now. So I can tell you this, America is not the number one nation on the planet anymore. Whether the historians are going to admit it, Xi Jinping will tell you, and the Chinese people will tell you, that they're number one on the planet. So one of the things that Putin is going to have to do, this is why I think we're going to have a war, Putin is going to have to take Ukraine. Because Ukraine is the largest and most powerful of all the nations that broke away as satellites from the Soviet Republic, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Ukraine. So he's going to have to do it to compete with what's happening in China. But Joe Biden is no match. And the other thing I was thinking of trying to say is that this Build Back Better, America's infrastructure is weak. Every time I go across a bridge, I'm wondering, is this thing gonna let me get over to the other side? The highways are crumbling, the city streets, the sewer systems, the water systems in America are crumbling. America is an aging infrastructure. You go to China, you think you went to outer space. The highways, even the airports, it is just as modern as anything modern. China is the big dog now. Russia's going to have to take the Crimea. But China is going to take Taiwan, which broke off several years ago, and Hong Kong, which was captured by the British for 100 years. Xi Jinping is going to take Taiwan and Hong Kong. They're both coming back. They can't stay in that region. They're in the South China Sea. There ain't no way that Taiwan and Hong Kong can stay in the region with China economically. Now, there's been a lot of fighting in Hong Kong and marching and protesting, and the liberal media here in America has covered it, supporting Hong Kong. And same thing with Taiwan. But does it now build up on the eastern coast of China? The same way. Troops are building up on the eastern border of Ukraine. China is building up on Taiwan the same way. I'll keep you posted about this, but our concern is that America is no longer number one. That's a concern. But the greatest concern is that Joe Biden is no match for Xi Jinping or for Vladimir Putin. Know who they need? They need James David Manning. I can handle both of them. Manning for president. All right, okay. All right. No, I'm not running for president. I'm the Lord's servant.